Well, here we are back with Project Low Budget ZJ. There it is. You can see the front's hanging down a little bit more than it is in the rear. And what I wanted to show here was this is actually how much you get with the Rough Country 4-inch springs and shocks. So these are 33s. I'll go from the fender. There's 13 inches. Okay, that's just a rough guesstimate. You know, doesn't really mean nothing. And here we go. The rear, that's about 10. So the 4-inch stuff that you get is essentially limited by the control arms. Effectively, the control arms bottom out in a couple different places, either the uppers in here or the lowers in here. You can see, I don't know if you can see it, maybe not, but this is actually bent a little bit here, that shiny spot from the control arm hitting. So what I've done here is, this is the beginning of this project. I'm building a long arm kit. So this is actually a front lower control arm from a 2018 Wrangler JL. And what I did was I fucking cut it with the bandsaw and welded in. This is 11.5 inches, 1 inch overhang on each side. It's welded on the inside all the way around. And some of the Jeep Forum guys were like, "It's not gonna be strong enough." I'm like, well, here's the factory arm, which is just stamped, and here are JK arms. Little itty bitty teeny tiny things. And this JL arm is 1/8. Right, 1/8. This is 1/4. So, yeah, I mean, I get it, dude. I totally fucking get it. I didn't spend $1,500 on the kit. I just half-assed it. That's what I do here. This project, with the whole vehicle and everything, I'm into it for $900 so far. So, I don't care. If this works out great and I break one of these, then great. I'll go buy some tube and make it. This I had laying around from a project I did with my solar panels. These I got out of the scrap bin from work, from a lift that we did at work. And I mean, it's burnt in there pretty good. And so, clearance here. The factory arms hit. This does not. Now this arm is 33.5 inches from here to here. All I did was get some angle. Got fucking flux core. I ran out of gas, so I used flux core. So who cares? Low budget, right? So I just got 2 pieces and welded on 2 pieces of angle with some holes drilled in it, and then I just welded it to the cross member here. Now I know that this is not enough. I have other pieces I've already started making to beef this up. What I'm going to do is build another piece onto here, weld onto here, and then have another piece welded onto here that's going to bolt in a couple spots here, so this will be unboltable. And also, this is going to be the basis for my skid plate. I'm going to build a skid for the transfer case. And this area here, I'm going to build that out of safety deposit box doors. Yeah, don't ask. So this is with the pinion angle corrected. So there's only one control arm in here right now, and it's the one that I made. And so what I did was put a ratchet strap on. You can see that the control arm and the drive shaft are basically at the same angle, which is good. And this is all the way, extended. So this is the Rough Country 4-inch shock, and there's the 4-inch spring. You can see that that's actually loose chilling hanging out in there. So this is how much you actually get, and this is how much you're actually limited by the stock arms. So this is also a JL upper control arm. What I'm going to do here is, once I get the other lower put in and get all my pinion angles figured out, I'm going to drill a hole through here. I'm going to put a bolt and weld it, and this is going to turn into the upper link. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do it on the other side yet. We shall see. I don't know. Another thing I got to do here is I need to drill a hole in this so that this can drain, because I'm not planning on I'm going to put a couple pieces in here, like a little chunk to reinforce that here and there, but that's for the future. And for the rear, haven't really got that far yet. This one's going to be a little bit different, but yeah. So here's your these aren't the rough country springs. Here's the rough springs that came factory in the front, and I have wheel spacers in the back to try and keep the old Doc McStuffins from going on. I got to do some body mods here, and it's chewed it up a little bit, but not that bad. So yeah, this, just like the front, is limited by the arms. There's still more to go here, but the factory stamped arms, and all those guys are like, oh yeah, your 1/4 inch fucking angle iron's not going to be strong enough. Dude, look at that. Look at that. It's bent to shit just for me taking it out and beating the shit out of it last weekend. Yep. So I got the track bar drop bracket there, so that kind of helps, but you can see how the spring goes. I actually had a ratchet strap in here that went from side to side, and that actually broke on a small rock pile. I'm not sure if that's going to go back in or not. We shall see. Okay, so now all that's out of the way. Here's the new Wrangler control arm. So I'm basically just cutting it with the bandsaw. You can see, there it is. That's 1/8. This bandsaw fell off my parents' truck back in 1983, and it was sat in their garage until about 6 months ago, where I fixed it. So the pivots broke off. That's just a piece of EMT conduit and a piece of channel I just welded on there. So, see, this is just God, I'm terrible at this filming thing. I'm going to upgrade my camera setup here in a little bit to a head-mounted GoPro. That's on the list. So, that's it. What I'm going to do is clean that off and weld the snot out of it. Probably tomorrow after I get home, get a couple beers in me, and just start burning her in. So, yeah. Factory. JL angle iron. This cost me $21 for 8 feet. It's 1 inch, 1/4 thick. Oh, damn. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll come back in the next episode after I get all these built and see how it goes.